So research by Gallup done earlier last year showed that more Americans supported curbing immigration to the United States than at any time since 2001. But in terms of what they want the government to do, only 47% support Trump's plans to deport all immigrants living in the United States illegally. A significantly higher number of respondents wanted to see a pathway to citizenship for people here illegally, as well as those brought here illegally as children if they met certain requirements. And this is just smart policy. Research from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget showed that providing a pathway to citizenship would save taxpayers around $260 billion, whereas tightening border security and building a border wall would cost taxpayers $180 billion. And deporting all undocumented immigrants could hurt voters in rural agricultural districts where Trump has a lot of support. Data from the USDA shows about 40% of the agricultural workforce right now is comprised of undocumented immigrants. That's the green right here. So if a pathway to citizenship is cheaper, more popular, and better economically, why doesn't Trump just do that? Well, while a pathway to citizenship is really popular with Democrats and independents, it's really unpopular with Republican voters. And the reverse is true for mass deportations. And this to me highlights the key problems with the way elections are run in this country. Trump can't be the Republican nominee without winning a Republican primary, and that requires he appeal primarily to Republican voters, even though they only comprise about 25-ish% of the electorate. And when it comes to the general election, he doesn't have to care at all about what Democrats think because he's already lost their vote. And he only has to win over enough independents to get more votes than the Democratic candidate. And this isn't just restricted to immigration, and it's not just restricted to Republicans either. Both parties ultimately have to be more concerned with what the most partisan people in their party think of them than they do the general electorate. And as a result, a lot of widely popular policies never make it into law. But there are a few reforms that can fix this. Proportional representation is one that would make it easier for smaller parties to form and allow them to challenge the two major parties on popular policy initiatives. And top four voting would replace partisan primaries with open primaries, so you couldn't make it into the general election just appealing to your party's base. The fact that politicians have a tough time selling voters on very popular measures that save them money tells you all you need to know about the current system, and reforms like this can fix it. I talk about stuff like this all the time, so be sure to follow if you want to learn more.